everyone, Muffet90, June and Jazz here, and I'm going to do the Child and You tag. Question number 1. As a kid, what was your dream job? Well, as a kid, I remember wanting to be a lawyer. I thought that that was just the thing, and even when I was checking out colleges, that's what I looked into. But somehow along the line, when my senior year was half done, I decided maybe I didn't want to do that. And I looked into early childhood education. I thought I wanted to be a daycare provider or, perhaps a kindergarten teacher, somewhere along that line. And then that all changed. After I got married and I had my first son, I realized that what I wanted to do most was to be a mom. And so that's what I was. And I still am. So that's my real dream job. Number 2. How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? And how did you find out? Well, I think I was about 7. And my older brother snooped and found the presents and decided that he would show me what he found. And it still didn't quite click with me. I just figured maybe, our parents were just going to give us those things, and Santa was also going to bring things. So I still, in the back of my head, at that age, still thought that there was still something more to it, that it couldn't just be the parents, because we always had more than what he found in the closet. But that was the only time that he ever snooped. And I can remember feeling after I opened what was open, and of course it was labeled, "From Santa," I just felt really weird, and I didn't like that feeling, that I never wanted to have that feeling again. So I've always believed in Santa. Maybe not the physical, man in the red suit with the white beard, but I believe that Christmas time is a magical time, and I've always taught my kids that when you stop believing in Santa, and you stop believing in the magic, then you won't be given anything at the holidays, whether it be a gift, a physical gift like a toy or some clothes, but you're also going to miss out on the feeling of the season. And I think that's what it's about. So, even with my age today, I still believe in the magic of the season, and I think that's what it's about. So, that's how I reacted to that. It's really not a good idea to snoop, even for, birthdays or anything like that, because it just ruins the moment when it's actually there. Number 3. What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid? Well, my parents weren't well-to-do. They had us all really young, and we always had things, though. And I've taught this to my kids, too, that even hand-me-downs, are still a worthwhile thing. So we always had, hand-me-downs, or my mom would put something together for us. But the one year, I think it was in 3rd grade, and I got a store-bought costume. My stepdad bought a store-bought costume, and I just thought that that was the coolest thing, to parade around in this vinyl plastic costume that was hotter than heck to wear. And the mask, you could hardly understand what you said behind it. But it was the Supergirl costume, and I really liked it too because she had blonde hair. And I just don't have light-colored hair. So that was my favorite costume. But I've been a variety of things that my mom came up with that equally I really liked. A homemade costume that I had that I thoroughly enjoyed, probably as much as the Supergirl costume, was a sack of Idaho potatoes. My stepdad had a burlap sack that was flannel lined, and so he just cut a face out of it, and I put my face in there, and my mom painted my face up with some light brown face makeup, and put some little, black dots for little eyes of the potato, and that's what I went as. And I was warm that warm that Halloween, and it was great. Everybody commented on my costume. So those were the two that stick out the most in my memory. Alright, number 4. What was your favorite cartoons or shows as a kid? Well, I'm an 80s kid, so cartoon-wise, I can remember watching Heckle and Jekyll. I watched Woody Woodpecker a lot, Mighty Mouse. I watched the Jetsons. A lot of times I didn't have a lot of say over what we watched because my older brother would control the TV. So I watched a lot of what he watched. I used to watch Speed Racer. My favorite show, that luckily, he liked too, my favorite shows were the Banana Splits and the Monkees. I just love those. And I still, if ever I get to see, once in a while, they have retro night on our cable channel, and sometimes they'll play old things. I haven't seen the Banana Splits in years, but I can see, Monkees episodes, or on YouTube I've found some episodes of those shows too, so that's pretty cool. Also a big one was the Three Stooges. And back then, the violence that we got to see on TV was way different than what the kids get to experience these days. And sometimes I feel that maybe things are overrated or things are underrated. But growing up in the 80s was quite a fun time. Number 5, was there a band or musician you were completely obsessed with growing up? There were, and there were both. The band that I really liked, obviously, that was the Monkees. I liked their music. My mom also had, Rolling Stones in the background. Tina Turner was always on. We had a variety of music. I mean, I don't have one set genre. I enjoy country music, but I also will listen to oldies. I'll listen to things from today. Sometimes things today just give me a headache, worse than I normally have. But yeah, I would have to say it was the Monkees. And the favorite musician, and everybody will probably laugh, I was so totally infatuated with Barry Manilow. I have no idea what it was. I don't know if it was his blonde hair and the blue eyes, but I was just completely gaga over Barry Manilow growing up, and my brother used to tease the heck out of me. In fact, I think I still have a couple of records, and nowadays you show kids records and they have no clue what that is, so that's kind of a lost media. Number 6. Do you still watch any cartoons? If so, which one? I do enjoy cartoons. I don't enjoy shows like CNN or any of that stuff, because that's enough to just depress anybody. I enjoy the Disney Channel. I think they have a lot of quality shows there. As far as cartoons, I don't think I have a specific cartoon. I enjoy all the Disney movies, and some of them that, are really old. I like when they replay those. I used to watch the Mickey Mouse Club, and that was pretty cool. They just don't have the same kind of, cartoons or shows that they used to have. But I do enjoy Disney and the Pixar movies. I think those are pretty cool. Number 7. What's one habit from your childhood that stuck with you till this day? Oh, I probably have 2. One thing that I always do, still to this day, apparently I'm just afraid of the dark, or after everybody's gone to bed and I'm by myself, I literally have to turn on all the lights that will get me from the living room to the bedroom or to wherever I'm going, and then turn that light on, and then go back and shut off all the lights from that room all the way to the other room. And I've always done that. In fact, my youngest does that too. So I'm not sure if that's a bad habit. I think as I get older, it'll probably be a good habit so I don't fall and break my neck. But that's one that stuck with me. And I think the other one that I'm working on getting over is I've always had an insecurity of myself, of how I see myself. And it's almost like I thrive on how I think people perceive me. Which, I don't know if that's a habit or just a character flaw. But, sometimes it's no big deal. The older I'm getting, though, the more I'm seeing and the more attitude I've gotten. I think just with growing up and seeing my kids grow up and how they deal with things has made me realize that it doesn't matter what people think. And once in a while I get down, especially when people, dog on me about the reborn thing. And if they just don't understand, I get an attitude of whatever. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. And so, like I said, the older I get and the more that I delve into this, the reborn thing has made me see, that I can be who I want to be. And that's okay. And let's see, what else? Number 8, let's be real. Do you have jam sessions in your car and go wild dancing? I think unequivocally, yes, I sing in the car. the car is like your own personal stage. Dancing in the car, I don't know, it depends on the song. I don't particularly say that I'm dancing so much in the car. I might, tap along on the steering wheel, but that's about it. But singing, oh yeah, because nobody can tell you to be quiet when you're in your own car, especially when you're by yourself. Let's see. You're at a hotel. Number 9, you're at a hotel. Do you steal the shampoos and the conditioners from your room? I don't consider it stealing. You paid for that room, and therefore that's an amenity that you're given. So yes, I take those. Looking back at things now, what advice would you give your younger self? I would tell my younger self that it's okay to be who you are and not worry so much about all the small things because they all work out in the end. So that's my tag. Tag, you're it. Thanks. Bye.